If you had $10,000 sitting in a shoebox right now, and you did nothing with it for 20 years, you'd actually be losing money, not gaining, losing. Sounds insane, right? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the one economic force that's silently draining everyone's wallet and almost nobody notices it happening. It's called inflation, and to really get it, let's meet a guy named Johnny. Johnny is 25 years old, he just got his first real paycheck, and he does something smart. He saves $100 and puts it under his mattress. I'll just leave it here, Johnny thinks. It's safe, nobody can touch it. Fast forward, 10 years later, Johnny lifts up that mattress, grabs his $100 bill, and heads to the store, excited to spend it. But something's wrong. 10 years ago, that $100 could fill an entire shopping cart, groceries for 2 weeks. Today, it barely covers a few bags. Johnny didn't lose the bill. He didn't get robbed. So, where did his money's power go? Here's the secret. Money itself doesn't have fixed value. What it can actually buy, that's what matters. And that buying power shrinks over time. That's inflation. Think of it like ice in the sun. The ice cube, that's Johnny's $100 bill, looks exactly the same size the whole time. But slowly, invisibly, it's melting, losing value. By the time Johnny picks it up again, a chunk of it is just gone. Why does this happen? A few reasons. More money gets printed and enters the economy, but the same number of goods exist. More dollars chasing the same bread, milk, and rent means prices creep up. Businesses pay more for materials and labor, so they raise prices to keep up. And sometimes, it's simply rising demand, more people wanting the same limited stuff. Every year, prices tend to nudge upward a little. Economists usually track this with something called the Consumer Price Index, basically a shopping cart of everyday goods they check the price of every year. Now here's the part that should genuinely worry you. Johnny's mistake wasn't spending too much, it was doing nothing with his money. If Johnny had instead put that $100 into something that grew, even slowly, his money could have kept pace with rising prices, or even beaten them. That's why people talk about investing, savings accounts with interest, or assets that grow in value. It's not about greed. It's about survival, making sure your money doesn't quietly shrink while you're not looking. Inflation doesn't announce itself. It doesn't send a warning text. It just eats a little every single day. So next time you feel like prices are just getting crazy, remember Johnny and his mattress. It's not that stuff is randomly getting more expensive. It's that the value of money sitting still is always melting, like that ice cube in the sun. The real question isn't how do I avoid inflation? You can't. The real question is, what are you doing to make sure your money doesn't just sit there, melting? If this made something click for you, hit subscribe and see you soon.